There are fewer people this morning, understandably, because pabugso-bugso ang ulan. Araw uulan. At bakit kaya parang galit na galit lagi ang langit kapag umuulan? Medyo hindi lang galing sa itaas ang ulan, kundi sa tagiliran. And yesterday, I was supposed to be saying a mass at 6 in Padre Pio Parish. So it took me 1 hour and 10 minutes to get there. So understandably, I was late. When I arrived, nakauwi na yung mga tao dahil sa traffic. Dito lang sa Doña Soledad, 1 oras ako. Pagkanan sa service road, that's another story. Ngayon, ang pagbasa po natin ay napakaganda sapagkat nagkakatugma ho ang mga binabanggit. Mayroong parang isang hibla ng kahulugan na dapat natin bigyan pansin. Sa unang pagbasa, sabi ni Jeremias, umaangal siya sa Panginoon, sabi niya, naisahan mo ko, Lord. You duped me, and I allowed myself to be duped. Naisahan mo ko, Lord. Ano nangyari sa kanya? Kinakansela ko ng lahat ng madlang people, nililibak, derision, and hatred. Pero sabi niya, sa kabila ng lahat, hindi ako makatiis. And so I will go on proclaiming your word. Such courage, such determination, such resilience. When you are faced with opposition and people cancel you out because you tell the truth, Jeremiah is a prime example of this. Courage, determination, dogged determination, I must add, because he was committed to do what he was told to do. In the second reading, we were told by St. Paul, huwag tularan ang mga taong nagpapadala sa daigdig ng kabulaanan. Set your sight on things that are above, and don't get carried away by a world that seems to pose always an obstacle to the ways of God. In the Gospel, it's the story of somebody, medyo pabida si Pedro, pabida. Nung sinabi ng Panginoon na I must go about and the chief priest and the scribes and be killed on the third day, and on the third day be raised. Medyo pabida si Pedro, sabi niya, walang ganyanan, Lord. Walang ganyanan. So, God forbid, Lord, no such thing shall ever happen to you. Peter, the well-meaning person, the well-meaning guy, the go-to guy, the frontliner, suddenly took upon himself to be right up front before the Lord and said, ako bahala sa iyo, Lord. So, wag kang magsalita ng mga bagay na hindi dapat mangyari. God forbid, Lord. And the Lord told him, oy, lumugar ka nga, lumugar ka. Get behind me, Satan. Pagka tayo medyo pabida, lagi tayo nangunguna. Ang daming ganyan sa lahat ng parokya, ang daming pabida. Pagka meeting, kahit sa religious life, pagka-chapter, lagi nagtataas ng kamay, lagi sila nagsasalita. They have the headlines. They always have a thing or two to say. I remember many years ago in the seminary, the first time I was raising funds for the seminary that always was poor. There was no money enough to go around. There was not even food enough for the seminarians who were always hungry. And so we were doing our first fundraising event. We were talking about a raffle. And the parents were all meeting, and there were maraming mga pabida. And somebody raised his hand and said, saan natin ilalaga kung pera? Konektado siya sa bangko. So pinag-aawayan na nila kung saan ilalaga kang pera, wala pa nga ni isang kusing. So sabi ko sa kanila, can we talk about where to put to park the money when we already have it. Mga pabida. Si Pedro nagpabida, ako bahala sa iyo, Lord. Walang ganyanan, Lord. God forbid, no such thing shall ever happen to you. Nakatikim siya. Lumugar ka nga, Pedro. Get behind me. If you're a follower, you should not be before me. You should follow me behind me, not before me. Tumbabi ka, Satanas. Whoever saves his life will lose it. The Lord had a different vision and had a different way of achieving that vision. And you have no idea, Peter. You're acting now like Satan. Ano si Satanas? Nakahambalaw. I love dogs. Iba-iba ang karakter ho ng mga aso. Yan German Shepherd, laging nakahambalang yan. If you don't, hindi mo sinupil. Merong mga papungas-pungas, yung mga Labrador. Yung mga malilit, ayaw kayong maingay yan tsaka maligalig. Pero iba-iba. Si Pedro, sabi niya, ako bahala sa iyo, Lord. Ako mauna. But the Lord told him, get behind me, Satan. I am the boss. I am the Lord. I know what I want. And I know how to achieve what I want. And it is not by being number one. It is not by being president of this country. This God-forsaken country. They say the new age, the new 60 is the new 20. Yun nga lang pala, hindi pala yung presyo hindi pala yung edad, kundi ang presyo ng bigas. 60 pesos na mahigit. There are so many lessons for us to think about in today's 3 readings. Number 1, the world loves to kill bearers of bad news. Yesterday I was teaching, and since I'm very passionate about what I teach, I'm talking about social justice and advocacy. One student, a sister, whispered to her seatmate, naku, baka si father ay mamatay sa cancer. Laging problema sinasabi. Sabi ko, hindi, I know how to enjoy life. But I am passionate about what I teach. I am passionate about social justice because this is what is sorely needed everywhere in the world, and not only here in the Philippines, but all over. So I said, this is a prime example of killing the bearer of bad news, or killing the bearer of good news too. Peter did not want to follow a loser. So nung sinabi ng Panginoon, I must go to Jerusalem, suffer greatly, be killed. Peter didn't want a loser leader. Ayoko nga sumunod sa isang talunan. Kaya galit na galit ang buong Pilipinas kay Chito Reyes. Diba? Hindi man ako mahilig dyan, pero napansin ko na lahat ng buklat ko ng social media ay pinatay na si Chito Reyes. At galit na galit ang buong Pilipinas. Dito pa man din natatalo ang Pilipinas kung kailan tayo ang host. So the world doesn't love a loser. So Peter napabida, sabi niya, hindi pwede yan, Lord. Hindi mangyayari yan. But then the Lord told him, like it is, you are a stumbling block, Peter. Get behind me, Satan. Nakahambalang ka. Nakahadlang ka. Ilugar mo ang sarili mo at hindi sa harap. Hindi ko ang bastonero. Di ba nung araw may mga bastonero at bastonera na ang ganda pagpanoorin sa mga banda. Ngayon, sabi niya, lumugar ka, Pedro, at hindi sa harap kundi sa likod. Ang tanong natin sa araw na ito ay ito. Simple lang. Nasa tamang lugar ka ba? Baka ikaw naman ay pabida lang. Baka ikaw naman ay puro photo op, puro TikTok. Ang gagaling ng mga bata ngayon, TikToks, pati sa Russia ng mga TikTok warriors. Ang galing nila mag-analyze na talo daw ang Ukraine at bulok ang NATO at satanic ang kanluran, ang Amerika at ang Western Europe. TikTok warriors ay hindi pa nga nakahawak ng AK-47, pero ang galing mag-analisa. Dito rin sa Pilipinas, hindi ko pa nakita ang naglarong basketball itong mga ang gagaling mag-analyze ng game sa basketball. Ang taba-taba nga hindi ang makatakbo. Pero kung makapag-analyze ng laro, akala mo si Jaworski. Ha? Ilugar natin ang sarili natin. Nasa tamang lugar ba tayo? Nasa tamang lugar ka ba? Sa mundong ito, napapalibutan tayo ng mga pabida. Mga taong alam ang lahat, alam ang sagot. Kung magsalita parang scientist, parang inhinyero, parang doktor, parang psychologist. Pero hanggang TikTok lang yan. Diyan ka lang sa tabi, Pedro. Napapalibutan tayo ng mga fixers. Kahit saan. Nung araw, di ba, punta ka sa LTO, ang sasalubong sa iyo mga fixers. Nakakapagtaka naman, pag nagpunta ka sa LTO, meron daw medical exams. Pababasahin lang naman sa iyo yung letra. Tapos pag hindi mo mabasa, isuot mo sa lamin niyo. Okay na. 650 yan. Anong araw meron pang drug test, pupunuin daw ng ganito yung ihi. Nakita ko namang tinatapon lang. And within 2 minutes may resulta na. Fixers, napapalibutan tayo ng mga fixers, ng mga middleman, ang mga farmers ng kopra sa buong Pilipinas ay naghihikahos. Pero hindi ang mga exporter ng kopra. Hindi ko maintindihan yan. Yung mga kopra farmers, ang kita nila ay 3 araw lamang, ang kita nila sa isang linggo ay makakaabuan ka lamang sila ng 3 araw at may utang pa. Pero ang mga exporters ay ang gagaling ng lalaki ng bahay. Nakita ko sa Abuyog, nakita ko sa Bohol, nakita ko sa Eastern Samar. Ang daming fixers, ang yumayaman ay mga middleman. Pero sa angka, yung mga driver ng trucks, corrupt din. So yung mga truckers, hindi na rin kumikita sapagkat pinadutugo ba yung tawag doon? Pinaiihi, okay, ang tangke ng gasolina o ng diesel. Ang mga haulers, ang kumikita hindi ang mga farmers. Ang nag-aalaga ng baboy, sila ang maghapong masakit ang katawan, 3 beses pa kakainin ng mga baboy. Pero hindi sila yumayaman kung hindi ang malalaking mga haulers and marketers. Napapalibutan tayo ng mga pabida. And sometimes we can also be pabida. Ang sagot sa atin ngayon ay ang sagot ng Panginoon. Get behind me, Satan. You are thinking not as God does, but as human beings do. And therefore, what is our way? What is Jesus' way that we should follow? It's not in going against the will of God, but in following exactly the way He showed us. And what is that way? Whoever wishes to come after me must deny himself. Tanggalin mo na yung PhD mo, yung MA mo, at yung kung ano-ano pang mga letra sa pangalan mo. Whoever wishes to save his life will lose it. And whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. What profit would there be for one to gain the whole world and forfeit his life? This goes against common sense. This goes against the culture of fixers, the culture of middlemen, the culture ng mga pabida. Ito ang nililibak ng mundo. Ito ang kinakansela ng mundo. The way of Calvary is what the Lord doesn't want and the world doesn't want to hear. The world doesn't want losers. The world always wants winners. And therefore, Chot Reyes is hated because he is a coach of a losing team. And we don't want losers. We always want to be number 1. The gospel goes in the face of our expectation. Because the Lord tells us, okay, you may be number 1 exporter of copra and be capable of donating multi-million peso worth of chapels all over the place. But what profit would there be for one to gain the whole world and forfeit his life? Or what can one give in exchange for his life? And the clincher is very clear. The Son of Man will come with his angels in his Father's glory, and then he will repay all according to his conduct. And if we are pabida at nangunguna at pinangungunahan natin ng Panginoon, anong kabayaran ang meron tayo? Get behind me, Satan. Ano ang kabayaran ng mga taong sumusunod sa likod? Then come and follow me. And he who wants to follow me will then give all he has, take up his cross, and follow me. But the reward is out of this world. That's what we're looking forward to. Bring it home to your family. Our reward is not being number one. Our reward is being behind the Lord, not before the Lord. Because those who go before the Lord will hear those faithful words, "Get behind me, Satan."